So in the beginning, God created Adam and Eve, as most of us know. If you didn't know, now you know. All right. God ordered, or commanded rather, Adam and Eve not to eat from a particular tree. That very tree that God said don't eat from, they ate from. All right. So that was the first sin ever committed by mankind. So at this point, this sin creates a separation between God and man. There's a gap. All right. So, generations later, in order to suffice for that gap, you could say, God creates law, which is given through Moses. And the law basically is a temporary tutor when you read the word. I'll put some scripture down there and this all makes sense. The law was supposed to temporarily give them a guide on how to live their life in a way that would be acceptable in the sight of God. So that law didn't really connect. It didn't really fill that gap, but it was a temporary way of organizing people's behavior, keeping people in check, right? Keeping them in line. But that law also revealed to themselves that they weren't good enough on their own accord, within their own ability, to be faithful and loyal to these laws. They broke them. So the law was supposed to help them, but it actually revealed to them that they weren't good enough. So there's still a separation, right? Generations later, God sends his son. You read the word, you learn that God actually subjects himself. He basically puts himself in the body of a man named Jesus Christ. So this man is 100% man, he is 100% God, and he's the only figure that's ever lived life free of sin. And because of that very fact, when Jesus died, 3 days later he rose, that very man, that very God, that if you believe through him, you have that ability to conquer sin. Now sin has no power over you. And also, Jesus bridges the gap. So now what was law is now Jesus. So Jesus became the law. He fulfilled the law. That is why we need Jesus, because without Jesus, we are disconnected from God. You need Jesus.